But yeah, I feel bad. I'm sorry I have to lift this up on you, girl. Thank you guys so much for all your support on the maple plushie. We ended up making goal within like 3 hours of posting. That means that the maple plushie for sure is going into production, but you can still pre-order her ASAP. Link is down below if you want to get one. But anyway, today we are going to be rehousing one of my favorite species of tarantulas and one of my favorite tarantulas in my entire collection, which is my S. Hoffmanni. She's the only New World tarantula known to have a horn. She's from Costa Rica and they're like incredibly rare. I've never seen them for sale or anything. So I really treasure my girl. She is a mature female. I've had her for years, but it's time for an upgrade and I will show you guys why here in a minute. Before we get into that, I have another tarantula that I need to rehouse and oh my gosh, it is completely overdue. We're probably gonna have to do a little bit of digging on this one, but this is a really cool Mexican species. I can't remember exactly what species it is. I think it's the Catsatella something. We're probably just gonna have to wait for it to grow. Did I do? Oh, yeah, no, that's all. That's the only thing I have on the label. I only put the genus, not the species. So I've been raising this one for quite a while and yeah, as you can see, she's very overdue for a new enclosure. And I figured it'd be cool to do it in this coffin crib. I think that this will be a nice little upgrade. It's about the same amount of depth, but as you see, there's going to be more space terrestrially and I can just fit more dirt in this as well. So we're gonna upgrade to this. I'm gonna wear a glove today because I got my snake colored in purple on my finger. If you follow me on Instagram, like you already know why and all that, but we don't wanna get dirt on a fresh healing tattoo, So I probably would go slightly bigger for this one if I had an enclosure ready to go. And this thing just molted and is like significantly even larger. So I wanted to just rehouse ASAP and we can rehouse again in the near future if necessary. Now we don't want to do too much substrate because as you see, I think I did too much substrate in this and it made it not have enough room really at the top to do much of anything. So this way it can move the substrate around without like completely running out of space on the top. Give it a little mist. And because again, this is one that burrows a lot, I'm not gonna worry too much. I'll still put a piece of cork bark in here, but I do think it's just going to dig right under it. I have a couple little pieces of quartz I thought we could just put in here just to make it look a little bit prettier, you know. That never hurts anyone. Actually love that. That really adds a lot more than I thought it would. Maybe we'll just add like a little piece of moss. I'm not really sure we'll care too much, but we'll just put it in here. A little something extra, you know. Put like a pinch more dirt in here. A couple little leaves. Do like a little starter burrow right here. I like that quite a bit. So let's go ahead and move this one over. Unfortunately, it's probably gonna be a little annoying because we might need to like dig it up a little bit. And it looks like I actually do have a big piece of cork right here. I wonder, see if I pull this piece of cork up, then the whole thing is probably just gonna cave in on it, which we don't want to happen. I don't know if this is like a very bitey species. I'm not really like sure how handling it would go. Oh, no. There you go. Okay. So yeah, it's a cool little looking spider. I'm just really not sure what Catsatella species it is. Unfortunately, you can't see like the colors as well, but it is really, really gorgeous. It has like almost some pinks in there. Really interesting species, really, really pretty. But yeah, okay, let's go ahead and put it on over into the other enclosure. Oh, okay, do you want to stay on the glove now? Here. You don't want on the glove, my friend. Oh my gosh. There you go. Now let's go into the enclosure. Go in. No. There you go. Go in. There you go. That's a cool little setup for sure. All right, so we have one down and now we're gonna rehouse the S. Hoffmanni.
And now it's time for a Bowser break.
So I've talked about how my S. Hoffmanni's enclosure is super ugly now. Yeah, it's definitely seen better days, but as you can see, she really just kind of pushed the dirt on one side and it's just kind of a mess. There used to be like a plant in here. It used to look really nice and now it's just turned into like this with like a coconut hide. So we're gonna fix that. We're actually going to give her more space as well. I've been sitting on this enclosure for quite a minute. This is the Tarantula Cribs large cuboid, 14 by 10 by 8. So this is actually larger than the large slider that she's in right now. And this has the kind of top that doesn't slide off. It actually just sits on top. But yeah, I was given this like a few months ago or so and I've been meaning to use it for something. And then finally I thought about it and I was like, oh yeah, I've been wanting to rehouse Persephone for quite a while. And she is one of my favorite tarantulas and I do like to spoil my favorites, of course. So here it is. And as you can see, it is quite a bit longer. It's just as tall. It just seems like it's not as tall because it's slightly like longer and bigger. This is actually one of Tarantula Cribs' like oldest original slider enclosures. And something really cool about Tarantula Cribs is they constantly are updating and upgrading their designs. So this is one of their like OG original designs with like the white bottom, and this lid is not a warp-proof lid. I've seen a lot of people like say that they can warp over time. Actually, all Tarantula Cribs lids are now warp-proof. However, I haven't actually had issues with warping. So I don't know, maybe I do keep my tarantulas a little bit on the drier side, but I haven't had those issues. And as you can see, this one has held up like just fine. It's a little ugly because it has water stains all over it, but this, however, this is beautiful. So this is a warp-proof lid. Really, really thick. This is thicker acrylic as well too, but you can definitely tell one of these is a little bit thicker than the other for sure. Bigger magnets. So yeah, this is gonna be a really cool little upgrade for her. Of course, we're going to do some Reptisoil. Now she did dig up that whole enclosure, so I feel like I should be a little bit more generous with the Reptisoil. But yeah, I got this big piece of cork, by the way, for her hide instead of the coconut. It's so funny, I used to use those coconuts all the time and now I just do cork. But okay, this is like perfect. I don't know if you can see, but how it like goes like this, it almost looks like a tree trunk, just bloop. Really cool how it fits like really well. Okay, and I really want to do like some moss right here on it. Got a big nice piece actually right here. I wonder if we can like break it up so we don't completely hide the bottom of this because it does look really cool. Let's do something like this. Kind of complement the way this looks. Perfect. Yeah. I like that. We're gonna give it a nice little spray. I also got this little assorted terrarium plant. I'm not really sure what kind of plant this is, but it was like $7 at the pet store and I wanted to put like something living in this. So, ooh, this looks so cool. I love that. I also have this really cool rock that I found. It looks like it has some kind of like fossils in it maybe. I don't know. It's a really cool rock that I found a while back. So I'm gonna put it down here by the plant and I'll give you guys a better look here in a while. And then I also have some quartz. I wonder if I should put that in there as well. Half bury it like that almost. This is like one of my favorite enclosures that I've done in a while. I really, really like this. Let's throw in a little leaf litter. Great news, I actually found a water dish in my drawer that I don't even think I've used before. It actually fits like perfect with these rocks next to the plant. And I usually like to put the water dishes next to the plant so when I overflow them, the plant gets watered too. But what do we think? I think this is a really good setup for her and I really like the way this hide is. All of it just looks really, really good and I think she'll do some digging down here as well, which will be perfect. I've got to say, I really like the little bit of extra space you get with this enclosure. This is my first impression of this size and this enclosure, and I'm a fan. I think this is actually really good for like an adult tarantula. I wouldn't be mad if all my tarantulas were in this size as adults. From this to this, I don't know. I think she's gonna like it a little bit. But yeah, I feel bad. I'm sorry I have to lift this up on you, girl. Here she is. She looks absolutely beautiful though, I've gotta say. Now I do know she is pretty stubborn too, so there is that we have going for us. Oh, yep, she's stubborn and then she'll get like really flighty, so gotta be kind of careful with that. You know, and she is from Costa Rica. I would say that her temperament is very similar to the Hoffmanni, which would make sense because that is also from Costa Rica. I don't think she wants me to hold her today, so I'm just gonna have to show her to you guys like this. I don't want to risk dropping her or anything scary like that. Like I said, this is a really, really rare species, especially having an adult female is just huge. It's amazing. I'm gonna carefully try to coax her out. I don't want to spook her anymore. But as you can see, she's in that stressed position that they get in when they really just don't like whatever's happening. There you go. There you go. There you go. Oh, there she is. Okay. Miss Ma'am, this is like the perfect enclosure for her. I love this. You can see that little tiny horn. So she is the only New World species with a horn as of now. Oh man, this is a beautiful enclosure. Like I don't mean to brag or anything, but this is a really nice enclosure. Just everything about it I love. I think she will definitely come to appreciate this too. Look at her little leg right there. You see that pink right there? Oh, love that. I love the little subtle pieces of pink on them. Same with the E. campistratus. Another one of my favorites, the pink zebra beauty. They also have those little pink hairs just so subtly on their legs like this. So what do you guys think of this? I love it. I think Persephone's also going to love it. Being one of my favorite tarantulas, of course, I always try to make their enclosures look amazing. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, thank you so much for all the support on the Maple plushie. She is still available. Link is down below. I will see you guys soon. Like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not, and you want to be. Don't forget I have an Instagram to use probably way too much. It's at tarantula.kat. You can go follow me there. I also have a website, Patreon, plushies, everything. It's all linked below. I will see you guys soon. Let's get into the Patreon pet picks.